A storm is gathering over aviation, a storm of politics, power, and technology. The European Union is outraged. Russia is now backing China's C919 jetliner, providing critical engine technology. This move shakes the global aerospace industry, directly challenging the dominance of Airbus and Boeing. It's not just business, it's a geopolitical statement that could redraw global influence for decades. The partnership aims to break the West's technological grip, ending China's reliance on Western engines. The implications are enormous, affecting trade, diplomacy, and even the price of your next flight. Brussels is weighing its response, knowing these decisions could set the stage for a new era of competition. European leaders now see a direct threat, a deepening Moscow-Beijing alliance that goes far beyond trade. This is a strategic alignment, a shared vision to end Western technological supremacy. The post-Cold War order is being tested. The skies are becoming a new arena for great power rivalry. For most people, this might seem distant, but its effects will ripple outwards. A non-Western aviation ecosystem could mean different safety standards and a splintered global supply chain. This is about more than who builds our planes. It's about the rules that govern our world. As we stand on the cusp of this new reality, one question looms. Is this the start of a new technological Cold War? China's quest to build its own large passenger jet began in 2008 with the C919 project. The goal: break the Boeing-Airbus duopoly and achieve technological independence. COMAC built the airframe, but relied on Western tech for avionics, landing gear, and crucially, engines. The first C919s used the LEAP-1C engine, a US-French product, an obvious vulnerability. China poured billions into developing its own CJ1000A engine, but progress was slow and results lagged behind Western standards. This engine bottleneck kept the C919 from true independence. Western suppliers wanted access to China's market, but governments feared creating a future rival. The C919 became a symbol of both cooperation and competition, caught between China's ambition and Western caution. Now, with Russian help, China's dream of a fully independent jet is closer than ever. The stakes are high. Whoever controls the engines controls the future of global aviation. The world is watching as China moves to break free from Western technological gatekeeping. The EU's aerospace power is built on decades of collaboration, culminating in Airbus. Airbus unified Europe's resources, creating a global competitor to Boeing. Today, Airbus anchors a vast ecosystem of suppliers and skilled workers across the continent. The EU's leverage extends beyond manufacturing. It sets global standards through EASA, the gold standard for aviation safety. Any aircraft flying in Europe must meet EASA's strict requirements, giving Brussels immense influence. This regulatory power has protected European industry and shaped global aviation. The rise of a non-Western competitor like the C919 threatens not just Airbus's market share, but the EU's entire industrial and regulatory framework. For decades, the Airbus-Boeing duopoly brought stability. Now, a state-backed Chinese jet, powered by Russian tech, threatens to upend that order. The once impenetrable European aerospace citadel faces a formidable challenge from the east. Russia's role in the C919 project is born of necessity and opportunity. Once a proud aviation power, Russia's industry declined after the Soviet collapse and was hit hard by Western sanctions. Cut off from Western technology, Russia turned to China as a strategic partner. Russia brings decades of jet engine expertise, especially in military aerospace. For China, this knowledge is the missing piece for engine independence. For Russia, it's a way to monetize expertise and strike back at Western sanctions. The partnership is symbiotic. China offers market scale and capital. Russia provides critical technology. Together, they aim to build an aerospace industry free from Western components and pressure. This is more than business. It's a strategic alliance to reshape the global balance of power. Last week, Moscow and Beijing announced a landmark deal. Russia's United Engine Corporation will help COMAC develop a new engine for the C919. Russian engineers will work with Chinese teams, sharing secrets of alloys, turbine blades, and combustion systems. The goal: a modified CJ1000R engine, matching Western performance within 5 years. This partnership gives China a shortcut, leapfrogging years of R&D. Joint production facilities and a $15 billion technology transfer are part of the plan. Officials call it a new era in aviation, one of technological sovereignty, free from Western blackmail. The real game changer. Russia is sharing its expertise in high-strength superalloys, the core of modern jet engines. For China, this overcomes the last major technical hurdle. The deal transforms the C919 from a vulnerable project to one on the verge of self-sufficiency. Western observers see this as a seismic shift in the global aerospace landscape. Brussels responded with fury, calling the Russo-Chinese deal a threat to global aviation safety and fair competition. European leaders condemned the transfer of sensitive technology and warned of immediate action. Proposed measures include new sanctions and a possible WTO trade dispute. The biggest weapon: ESA certification. Without it, the C919 could be locked out of European airspace. Emergency meetings are underway to counter the threat and defend Europe's aerospace sector. The EU is shifting from engagement to confrontation, drawing a line in the sand. The aviation industry is now a battleground for global influence. Europe is determined to protect its industrial crown jewels at any cost. The Russo-Chinese alliance is reshaping the global order, accelerating the split into rival blocs. The C919 engine deal is a symbol of a new technological ecosystem, free from Western oversight. This could trigger a decoupling of global supply chains and a new wave of protectionism. If China becomes a direct competitor in high-tech industries, the West may respond with stricter export controls. The result: a splinter net of aviation, with separate networks, standards, and markets. International travel could become more complex and expensive, with diverging safety standards. Developing nations will face a choice: align with the West or the Russo-Chinese bloc. China could use the C919 as a tool of foreign policy, offering attractive deals to new partners. The world, once united by flight, may soon be divided by it. Experts call this a tectonic shift in aviation. Dr. Evelyn Reed notes, Russia's engine expertise ends the if. Now it's when China becomes a true competitor. A former ESA official warns, if the world splits on safety standards, Europe's regulatory influence will shrink. Dr. Kenji Tanaka points out, thousands of European suppliers depend on Airbus's dominance. Now at risk. The C919, free of Western parts, could enter markets closed to Airbus, creating a new protected sphere. Strategists see China and Russia pooling strengths to counter Western power. Russia brings high-tech know-how, China brings scale and capital. Together, they pose a far greater challenge than either could alone. The C919 is just the start of a deeper strategic alignment. The skies now reflect a much larger global power struggle. On Christmas Eve 2025, aviation faces a new reality. The Russia-China engine deal is a declaration. Western dominance is ending. The EU's outrage is understandable. Its industrial power and regulatory authority are under threat. The fusion of Russian expertise and Chinese manufacturing has created a credible path to a fully independent C919. The world is moving toward divided aviation ecosystems, with competing standards and spheres of influence. Geopolitically, this accelerates the formation of rival blocs. Economically, it risks a new technology war. For travelers, it raises questions about connectivity, cost, and safety. Experts agree, this is a watershed moment, a tectonic shift demanding adaptation. The skies are now an arena for great power competition. The turbulence has begun. The future of global aviation and the world order flies into uncharted skies.